Hello students, welcome back to IGT. That is Introduction to Graph Theory, and here we will be discussing about coloring of the graph, chapter number 5. Chapter number 4 is not in your syllabus. Okay, so according to lesson plan I am just preparing all the lectures. Okay, so here coloring of a graph means 5.1. In 5.1 we will study vertex coloring and upper bounds. Okay, so this is the vertex coloring and the upper bounds. So vertex coloring means coloring to the vertices of the graphs. Okay, now let's start. Come to K coloring. K coloring is a K coloring of a graph is labeling, or you can just say mapping. This is the just function or mapping f, that is vertex set of G, that is all the vertices of graph, to a set S where S cardinal T is K. And remember, we are just focusing on K coloring, correct? So S cardinal T is K, and where S is 1, 2, 3 and so on up to K. These are just labels. Okay, or you can just say S contains K colors, that is first color, second color, third color and so on, K color. So this is the assigning of colors to the vertices of a graph is known as K coloring. Okay, so coloring is an assignment of colors to the vertices of G. Okay, and these colors are labels, or you can just say here I have just defined this G is a labeling, so you can just say these labels are colors. So these 1, 2, 3 up to K, these are K colors. Okay, the vertices of the same color forms a color class. Okay, so let's have some question based on this or some example. For example, K coloring, you have some graph. For example, you have some graph is this one. Here we have this graph. So here vertices are A, B, C, D. So vertex set is A, B, C, D. Correct? A, B, C, D. We will assign these some colors to these vertices. If I am assigning only one color, then it will be one coloring I am giving the graph. That is, suppose I am just assigning this color. Okay, color number 1. So here all the vertices are mapped to 1, color number 1. So color number 1 is this color, violet color. Okay, so A is going to 1. So first color is assigned to vertex A. Second that is the first color, the same color is assigned to second vertex, the same color is assigned to third vertex, same color assigned to fourth vertex. Okay, so this is the one coloring. If we are using one color, then it will be, means to say we are using all the we are using one color to color all the vertices. Or in case of function, this is a function from vertex set of G to colors. Okay, set of colors. So set of color, here we are using just one color. So here all the vertices will be, because this is a function, so all the vertices will be having some color. So here we have only one color, that's why it will be all vertices as one. Okay, so here if you want to define two colors on the same graph, then the graph was this one. This is vertex A, vertex B, vertex C, vertex D. Okay, so again the same set VG is A, B, C, D, and we are defining a function from VG to two color. We want to assign two color now. Okay, so one is the same color, color number 1, that is violet I am using. Okay, here I can use second color I am using here. So how many colors are used? Or you can also color the same color to three vertices, to color three vertices, and fourth one is here. Okay, so here color number 1 and color number 2. So all the vertices are being assigned either color 1 or color 2. So here A is going to 1, B is going to A is going to color number 1, B is going to color number 1, C is going to also same color 1, C is different, that is color number 2, D is going to same color. Okay, and as all these vertices have some images, that's why that is all these vertices are colored by some color. That's why this is a function, or this is a mapping from VG to the set of color. So here two colors we are using, so we call this as two coloring. Okay, two coloring. And the same coloring you can use like this. You have A, B, C, D. You can color by the first vertex as first color, and third vertex, and second vertex is colored by B, and that is second vertex, and fourth vertex is colored by B, second color. Okay, so here VG, the vertex set of G, that is A, B, C, D, having some color, that is 1, 2, and first color is this one and second color this one. Or you can also label, you can just label these colors as 1, 2, 3 and so on up to K in case of key coloring. So 1, 2, this is again the same as 1, and here 2. So here we are using two coloring. Okay, but in the earlier graph and earlier coloring, two coloring, and this one is different. Why? Because here adjacent vertices are having different colors, and earlier it was having the same color, not all the adjacent vertices. So we have to use the third color, correct, such that all adjacent, so these, if this were not adjacent, then we can say this is adjacent vertices are having different color. But here also adjacent vertices are having same color, that is first and first. Okay, A and C have the same color, but anyways we are using two colors, so this is known as two coloring. Okay, and if you use three colors, so now on I will be just denoting colors by labels, that is 1, 2, 3 and so on. So three colors if you will use, so here I can use first color, here I can use second color, here I can use third color, here I can use second color or first color or third color as you wish. So here if I use one color, then also it is three coloring, correct. And if I use second color, then it's also three coloring. If I use third color number 3 to color the vertex D, then it is also three coloring. But the second coloring is very different from the other one. How? Because here adjacent vertices have, so these are adjacent vertices. Adjacent vertices have different colors, and these two are adjacent, so these are having different color. These two are adjacent, so these two are having different color. Same with this one, same with this one. So here this type of coloring, out of these three we have every three coloring exists, correct, and out of these three we have this coloring. This coloring is proper coloring, where adjacent vertices are having different color. Okay, so whenever AB is adjacent, the vertex AB are adjacent, then you say A and B will be colored differently. Okay, so in some books you will find this adjacency and different coloring in the definition of K coloring itself, but in this book it is given that K coloring is just you are using K colors to color the vertices of graph. Whether you are using the same color to color the adjacent vertex or not, that doesn't matter. Okay, so in some books you may find that K coloring is the assigning of K colors to the vertices of G, such that every two adjacent vertices are getting different colors. But here it is just defined as just assignment of K colors to the vertices of G is known as K color. And I think in chapter 1 when I discussed about K coloring, I used the different definition, correct? So in some books you might find that definition, or in some another book, that is Douglas B. West, this book you can find this definition. Okay, now these labels we are using 1, 2, 3 and so on up to K. These are colors. Okay, these are K different color, first color, second color, third color, and up to Kth color. So for simplicity we can just use the labels. Okay, because one might not have all the K colors, correct? So just to imagine in your mind, and you can just use the labels. So here vertices of the same color forms a color class. For example, we did this graph. Here we are using this color to color this one, and another color to color this one and this one, and some another color to color this one. So these forms the color classes. So if you have vertices are A, B, C, D, then one color class is given by A, one color class is given by set of all those vertices colored by green, that is 1, and one color class is given by set of all those vertices which are colored by pink 1. So that is this one, B and D. So this is a color class, this is a color class, this is also a color class, correct? So like this the vertices which are having same colors forms a color class. Okay, so here how many color classes exist? The number of colors it will be depending, correct? So 3 colors we are using and 3 color class it will form, and the number of vertices will be depending on how many on how many vertices we are using the same color. That will give you the number of vertices in that class of particular color. Okay, so here vertices of the same color forms a color class. Okay, now come to proper coloring. Proper coloring, as I discussed earlier, that a K coloring is proper if adjacent vertices have different colors or different labels. How? You can have some example. For example, this one is a graph. If you are using color number 1 to color this vertex, color number 2 to color this vertex, color number 3, because this is 1 and 2 are adjacent, that's why I am using the another color, and this vertex is adjacent with this vertex, that's why I can't use the color number 2 to color this vertex, that's why I have to use color number 3, because this is adjacent to 2. But you can also use color number color number 1 because this is not adjacent with 1. This is only adjacent with a vertex which have the color number 2. So you can use 1 or you can use 3, that's up to you. Okay, so here the remaining vertex will be colored with the third color, because here we have first color we have been used this one, this is adjacent to this vertex, and this second color is also adjacent with this vertex, that's why there will be a third vertex, or you can just say third vertex color, that will be 3 colors are used here. So this graph has a proper coloring, you can just say. Okay, here proper coloring exists. So where the vertices are colored properly such that every two adjacent vertices getting different color. Okay, So 1 2 are adjacent, that's why these are using different color. 2 1 2 and this vertex different colors, and this third vertex is adjacent with 1, adjacent with 2, that's why it's how to be 3, colored with 3. Okay, and that's the proper coloring. And proper 3 coloring you can just call, because K coloring is here we are using 3 coloring, so you can use proper 3 coloring. Okay, so here the vertices of the same color forms a color class. That's done. It's already done, discussed, and we have also discussed that proper coloring, K coloring is a proper, this coloring will be a proper if adjacent vertices have different colors. Okay, now come to when we say a graph G is K colorable. So a graph G is K colorable if G has proper K coloring. Okay, so G is K colorable if G has a proper K coloring. For example, the earlier graph we can just take this one. So K coloring exists if you take the color number 1 for this one, color number 2 for this one, color number because this is adjacent with 1 and 2, that's why third we have to use, and here you can use this one. So is this proper coloring? Yes, it's a proper coloring because 2 and 2 are not adjacent and we are using the same color, and every other adjacent vertices have the different colors. Correct? So there exists a proper coloring, and how much proper coloring? K is 3. So proper 3 coloring exists. Okay? So first 3 coloring exists, and then you can just say this coloring is a proper 3 coloring. Okay, and if you use here it's 1, then you can't say this is proper coloring. Correct? So here these vertices are adjacent and still they are using the same, still here we have colored by the same color. Correct? So this cannot happen in case of proper coloring. And if a graph G is having a proper coloring, then we say this graph is K colorable. For example, this graph G is 3 colorable because it has 3 proper coloring. Okay, proper 3 coloring. So this graph is 3 colorable. I repeat, 3 colorable. Okay, because there exists a proper 3 coloring. Okay, a graph G is K colorable if it has a proper K coloring. Okay, some more examples we can just discuss about this definitions: proper coloring, K colorable, K coloring, and color class. So let's discuss some more example. For example, you are just taking C3. How many colors? Obviously you can use one color, that will be one coloring, but this is not a proper coloring. Correct? Because adjacent vertices are having the same color. So for proper coloring you need to use the another colors. Correct? And this third vertex is adjacent with this one as well as this one, that's why you need to use the third. So here this is 3 coloring. 3 coloring exists, proper 3 coloring exists, and 3 colorable graph is this one. Okay, 3 colorable graph. Okay, and color classes are this vertex in first class, this vertex in second color class, and this vertex forms third color class. Okay, now if you are using the same graph and you are having this one, then you can use 1 and also you can use 3. because this is not adjacent with 1 and this is not adjacent with 3. That's why you can use 1 as well as 3. Color number 3. Okay, so here I am using the color number 1. So if color number 1 is being used, how many coloring? Obviously adjacent vertices are getting different colors, so no problem with proper key coloring. So it has proper 3 key coloring. Okay, so it has proper 3 coloring. Okay, and that's why this graph is k colorable, or you can just say 3 colorable. Okay, and the same graph, if I draw it again and give some 4 coloring to this one, color number 1, color number 2, color number 3, color number 4. So this coloring, in this coloring, because 4 are the number of vertices and we are using the same color, so we can color all the vertices using different color, whether these are adjacent or not adjacent. So this satisfy the condition for proper coloring, correct? So here it's the proper 4 coloring of this one. Okay, so proper 4 coloring of this graph, and this graph G is also 4 colorable graph. Remember, I also discussed about that this graph G is 3 colorable. So this is also 4 colorable. Okay, now come to some PN, path of order n. First P2, one coloring exists, but this is not proper. You have to use 2 colors because there is at least one edge. Okay, so 2 coloring, correct? So here 2 coloring, and this P2 is 2 colorable, correct? And this vertex forms one color class, this vertex forms the another color class. Okay, and if you take P3, then it will be so 3 vertices and 2 edges. Okay, so here you can use 1, here you can use 2, here you can use 3. So this P3 is proper 3 coloring, correct? Because every 2 vertices, adjacent vertices, gets the different color. Okay, and if you take, and this is 3 colorable, correct? 3 colorable P3, and if you take 1 instead of this 3, that is the, if you have only 2 colors, you can color P3 as well. Okay, P2 you can color by using 2 color, P3 also you can color it by using 2 color. So here this is the 3 coloring, or you can just say here also adjacent vertices gets the different colors. That's why this is proper 3 coloring. Okay, proper 3 coloring. Okay, this is proper 2 coloring, not 3. 3 is already been discussed. So proper 2 coloring, and this graph is 2 colorable. Okay, this graph is 2 colorable graph. Done? Yeah, if you take this as P4, then P4 is, for example, you can just take P4 as this one, this one, this one, and this one, P4, correct? So here you can use first, second, third, fourth. So this is 4 coloring of P4, correct? So P4 is 4 colorable. Okay, proper 4 coloring exists, correct? So 4 colorable. Okay, and if you can use 3 colors like this, then you can say this is 3 coloring, proper 3 coloring of this graph, and this graph is 3 colorable. Okay, and if you are using, again this is not adjacent with first vertex, so you can use the same color, and here also you can use the color 2. So here how many colors being used? 2 colors, and this coloring is proper coloring, so proper 2 coloring exists, correct? So this P4 has proper 2 coloring, correct? And the graph is known as 2 colorable, okay? So P4 is how much proper coloring? 2 coloring, proper 2 coloring, proper 3 coloring, proper 4 coloring exists, and that's why P4 is 2 colorable, 3 colorable, 4 colorable, okay? Likewise P5 you can discuss, okay? So here 1 2 again 1 2, the minimum colorable graph I want to find here 1. So how many colors we are used here? 2 colors, so it is the proper 2 coloring and the graph is 2 colorable. If you are using 3 color, then it will be 3 colorable graph, proper 3 coloring exists, correct? And if you are using 4 colors, then you can say there exist 4 colors, correct? So such that every 2 vertices, adjacent vertices get the different color. That's why this is the proper 4 coloring exists, and we have P5 is 4 colorable, correct? And maximum it can be, if you are coloring all the vertices by different color, then it will be 5 coloring, okay? So P5 is 2 colorable, 3 colorable, 4 colorable and 5 colorable, correct? Likewise you can take C3, C4 and C5 and so on, and you can generalize it, okay? So Pn is 2 colorable for non-trivial graph, correct? Non-trivial path is 2 colorable. And what about cycle? Cycle C4, if you take this one, then it will be 1 2, this is not adjacent with 1, not adjacent, and adjacent with 2. So if it is not adjacent with 1, we can use the same color, and as this is adjacent with 1 and 1, and I can take 2 because 2 is not adjacent with this one. So this is the 2 coloring of proper 2 coloring of C4, okay? So this is the proper 2 coloring of C4. Of course you can use 3 colors as well as 4 colors, okay? But we want to minimize the coloring, correct? Likewise in C5, so in C5 you can use 3 colors, correct? So 1 2 3, again you can use 1 because this is not adjacent with the first vertex, this is not adjacent with this one, correct? So again 2, and here this vertex is adjacent with 1 as well as 2, so this is, you can use the third color for proper coloring. So here proper 3 coloring exists, correct? Proper 3 coloring exists, and if you are using 2 coloring, then it will not be proper coloring. So C5 is 3 colorable, okay? So C5 is 3 colorable, C3 is also 3 colorable, and likewise C7 will be 3 colorable, okay? And C4 2 colorable, likewise C6 will be 2 colorable. So for even cycle you can say C2k is 2 colorable, 3 colorable, 4 colorable and so on up to 2k colorable, okay? But C2k is minimum 2 colorable, you can just say, and C2k plus 1 is minimum 3 colorable, okay? Maximum it can be up to 2k plus 1, correct? It can be up to, we can use the total number of vertices equal to colors, correct? So here minimum 3 colorable, okay? Likewise you can discuss with Kn. So how many in Kn? In K3 3 coloring. You can use proper 3 coloring. For proper coloring you need to use 3 coloring. In K4, so it is, because this is adjacent, fourth vertex is adjacent with all the 3 vertices, that's why 4 coloring. So K4 is 4 colorable, K5 is 5 colorable, correct. In general Kn is n colorable. Okay. I hope you understood. Now come to chromatic number. What do you understand by chromatic number? So a graph like with P2 is 2 colorable, P3 is 2 colorable as well as 3 colorable, or you can just say in general Pn is 2 colorable, 3 colorable, 4 colorable and so on up to n colorable, correct. The minimum K such that the graph G is K colorable is chromatic number. Okay, this is denoted by Xi of G. So this is the chromatic number. The least case is that G is K colorable. Okay. So in case of Pn, chromatic number is minimum, it is, if you are taking n is at least 2, then chromatic number is 2 because this is 2 colorable, correct. In case of Cn, when n is even, then it is 2. When n is odd, then minimum it is 3, correct. So here I have discussed about C4. This is the 4. G1 has 4 proper coloring, 3 proper coloring, 2 proper coloring. This is 3 coloring but not proper. Okay. G4 is having 3 coloring, but this is adjacent vertices, that is A and D vertices are adjacent here, but still these are having same colors, that is one color, correct, one color. So this is not proper coloring. So we will not discuss about this one, colorable or not. So this is G1. The C4 you can just say 4 colorable, 3 colorable, 2 colorable, correct. So C4 is minimum how much colorable? K colorable for 2, 3, 4 and the minimum is 2. So chromatic number of this one is 2. Okay. And whenever you say any graph is K colorable, then chromatic number will be always less than equal to K, because C4 is 4 colorable, 3 colorable, 2 colorable as well, correct. If we say C4 is 3 colorable, then and chromatic number is 2, so it can be less than, correct, less than K. And if we say 2 colorable, then it is equal. So in general you can just analyze this result that chromatic number will be always less than equal to K if G is K colorable. Okay. And here I have just given you the maps or coloring. F1 is 4 coloring. So 4 and 4 coloring means 4 color classes will be there, correct. Here in G2 F2 map is 3 coloring, and this is 3 color classes, and in B and D these 2 vertices will be in same color class. Okay. Similarly G3 has 2 color classes. Here 2 color classes, both B and D will be in same color class or same class, and 1 and 1, that is A and C vertices will be in same color class. Okay. Now come to this one. In proper coloring, each color class is an independent set. Whenever we are saying proper coloring, obviously you can just take this example of K coloring, that is 3 coloring of C2. Here we have 3 coloring, but this is not proper. So here also color classes are there. So one color class is containing A and D, another is containing B, and another is containing C. Okay. So here, and if we consider this color class in case of proper coloring, obviously this will be an independent set, because every two adjacent vertices gets the different color, so every adjacent vertices, two adjacent vertices, or whenever any two vertices will be adjacent, they will be present in different sets, correct? So in one set, or you can just say in one color class, there will be non-adjacent vertices. That's why this is independent set. Okay, so you can just say if in proper coloring, when this is k colorable, G is k colorable, there are Vg, you can write k independent edges. You can just say k union of k independent sets. Okay, because here only you can just say G is 3 colorable. Here it is 4 colorable, here it is 3 colorable. So Vg is union of 4 here. So 4 independent set, if you are just taking 1 1 1 1 in one set, each vertex in one set, correct? And here you can just take B and D in the same independent set because these are not adjacent, correct? And these two you can take in different. Same with this one. So whenever, so here how many independent set? 4. Here Vg can be written as 3 independent set. Here Vg can be written as 2 independent set, and this is not proper coloring, so we can't write as independent set. That is color classes, correct? So every color classes denotes the independent set. Okay. So G is k colorable and k partite, because Vg, if Vg can be written as union of k independent set, that means G is k partite, correct? Where partite sets are k in number, correct? So k colorable and k partite set have the same meaning. So if G is 2 colorable, then you can say G is bipartite, correct? And also if you have G is bipartite, then you have G is 2 colorable. Okay, so this also you can remember. And whenever G is bipartite and this is non-trivial, then obviously there will be at least one edge, correct? G is bipartite and it is having some non-trivial, means to say it is non-trivial, means to say there is some edge, correct? So suppose this one is bipartite graph. Okay, then it will be 2 colorable, 1 2 1 2 1, or you can use 2 1. Okay, doesn't matter, 1 2. Okay, so here this is the one partite set, this is the another partite set. And what is the minimum colorability of this one? So this is 2 colorable because at least one edge is present. So chromatic number for a bipartite graph will be always 2. Okay, here you can find out the chromatic number for xi g for this G and H. C5 is we want minimum k such that C5 is k colorable. So C5 is 5 colorable, obviously we want to minimize the resource. Okay, that's why we will take the minimum number of colors such that this is k colorable, correct? So find k, so that will give you the chromatic number, correct? So here it is, you can use 4 colors, 5 colors as well as 3 colors, but you can't use 2 color because this last vertex will be adjacent with 2 as well as there is one first color as well as second color in case of coloring, correct? So minimum 3 coloring. Because this is not bipartite, then you can just say its chromatic number is not equal to 2, correct? Its chromatic number is not equal to 2, and it is not equal to 2 means it is at least 3, correct? It is at least 3. And here we have just written the k coloring, and whenever k coloring we have shown that G is k colorable, you can just say proper k coloring exists, then k colorable, and whenever G is k colorable, then chromatic number will be always less than equal to k. So here we have shown that there exists 3 coloring, so that's why this is less than equal to 3. So this means greater than equal to, this means less than equal to, means to say it is exactly 3. Okay, so here chromatic number of G is 3, and here also this is Petersson graph, correct? So Petersson graph, C5 is present here outside, so this is not bipartite because odd cycle is there, okay? And so not bipartite means its chromatic number will be at least 2, not at least 2, at least 3. It is not equal to 2 because this is not bipartite, correct? So it will be at least 3, and 3 coloring we have shown here, correct? That means chromatic number of this graph is 3 colorable. 3 colorable means chromatic number will be at most 3, correct? The less than equal to 3 and at least 3 because this is not bipartite, so we can use at least 3. We can have chromatic number is at least 3, that's why less than equal to 3, greater than equal to 3, this means equal to 3. So for both these this C5 as well as Petersson graph, we are chromatic number is 3, okay? And we say this term also key chromatic. A graph is key chromatic if its chromatic number, that is xi of g, is k, okay? So when xi of g is k, then you say this is key chromatic, or you can just say in case of this one we got 3. So this C5 is 3 chromatic and Petersson graph is also 3 chromatic because chromatic number is k, okay? 3 here. And in case of every even cycle, it will be chromatic number will be, because minimum k colorable is minimum 2 colorable every even cycle, so this will be chromatic number for every even cycle, it will be 2. That's why it is 2 chromatic graph. So C2k will be 2 chromatic graph, xi it will be 2, and C2k plus 1 it will be minimum unit 3 colors, correct? That's why this is chromatic number is 3, okay? And this is 3 chromatic graph. Likewise Pn, non-trivial path, it is also 2 chromatic graph, okay? Because the minimum 2 colors required to color this Pn, okay? So that's it. In next lecture I will be discussing with the applications of this one, okay? I hope you liked it. Bye bye, take care.